Come on, go up. Are we going live? Are we going live? Are we going live? I don't know what's taking so long. All right, what do we got going on here? Let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. Oh man, not looking good. Not looking good. Damn it, not looking good. I'm in this long. Hold on here. Let me pull it up. Damn it. I was in this long in gold off the prior day low. Looks like I'm about to get knocked out. Looks like I'm about to get knocked out. I had a nice reaction to the long side, but then it, ran into that fucking 9 EMA right here. Got rolled over. Damn it. Good morning, everybody. I feel better today. Yes, I'm not sweating today. I mean, I'm not sweating today. That's a good thing. 2 days ago, I couldn't even do a live stream. I was sick and throwing up and everything. Yesterday, when I started the live, I felt fine when I started it, but I started just sweating like crazy. Today, I feel quite a bit better. I do feel quite a bit better. I'm not making any money, but I feel better. I'm down like $400. I've screwed up 2 trades in gold this morning. Well, I shouldn't say screwed up. I didn't screw up anything. Just I had 2 trades that didn't work. This one here didn't work. I was trying to get $1,000 out of it back to the bottom of the box. And it didn't work. Fucking 9 EMA pushed it back down. Now I'm going to kill this. Cancel it. Now I'm on the wrong side of the prior day low. And then, of course, let's see here. So anyways, I'm doing all right. Hope everybody else is doing good. Hope everybody else is doing good. Doing good. So looks like everything's down today. We're down below the prior day low in the YM. We're down below the prior day low in the RTY. We are down below the prior day low in the ES. Son of a bitch. We are, I'm assuming, down below the prior day low. Yep, we're down below the prior day low in the NQ also. Woo-wee. So it looks like we're going to be doing some moving average trading today. Looks like we're going to be doing some moving average trading today, which is fine. Old school trading. I don't mind it. Unless our boxes create something for us to trade. That's also possible because they are going to be created way down in that lower level. So, they could set up some trades for us without a doubt. But if the market stays where it's at now, we're pretty much going to be doing some moving average trading. I'm going to stay focused on gold here just for a while because it's the only thing that's already currently open. Kind of looks like we might have a short here setting up in gold. Created some space here, came up. We are just at the line right now, the prior day low. Just at the prior day low. So we shall see. Come on, baby. Go down. Just go down. Just go down. Just go down. There you go. No, go. No. You're not doing this right. There you go. Now go down. Let's go down. Thank you. Please. 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 Oh my God. I knew this was going to be difficult. We are so stretched to the downside. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go. We are so stretched to the downside. We're really going to need some pushing here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, you pain in the ass. Yep. Fuck. That's what I was afraid of. I mean, it's so stretched to the downside. If you think about it, we are so far below from this point to here. You're going to blow down, aren't you? You're going to blow down. I'm going to take it again. I'm going to take it again. Go ahead. Go.
Dennis or Dennis LLC.
Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on there. Jesus. Come on. Oh, good. The landscaper's here. I'm excited about that. The landscaper's here. That's good. Come on, gold. Roll over. Come on, roll over. Oh my God. All right, I'm done. Anyone notice that oil is on the daily? Anyone notice that oil is on the daily oil chart? That it is making the fourth day sideways, looks like a giant pendant. Fucking landscaper. Oh man. Yeah, don't get me going about the landscaper. Let's see here. Where am I? God dang it, Bob. Sorry, I'm trying to do something here. are we doing here? Give me just a second to check my voicemail here. Hold on. Everybody give me just a minute, okay? Because I'm obviously not seeing anything here to trade right now. Hold on. I'm going to mute you guys for just a second, okay? All right, sorry. Oh, there it goes. There it goes, you piece of shit. Yeah, now you're going to go down.
Dennis.
All right, hold on a second, guys. Jesus. Sorry about that. Look at this. Look at this piece of shit. It's going to suck today if they're not moving on sharp edges, if they're just flowing. It's going to suck. This is just flowing. This is not sharp edge movement. That's why I got caught up in the laundry there. So one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of trading in the summertime is because it has a tendency to float from area to area versus move from area to area pricing. That really sucks. Anyways. Look at this garbage. What time is it? 9:03. Oh, shit. Man, it's from a new low again. Oh, Jesus. It's good. They're going to make me take this again. They're going to make me take this again. Good morning, David. Good morning, Snow. I got beat up this morning, Snow. I got beat up today in gold. I got beat up today. I got to dig myself out of a hole. Got to dig myself out of a hole. I'm not happy about that. I can tell you that. Right there. Right there. Right there. Fucking landscaper. Would you just go? It sure did what it did. If you look, Patriot, it did touch and go from the prior day high. Crossed over, created a new high, touched the prior day high, and then was gone. It did a touch and go. Beautiful. I do feel better today, Fish Atlantic. I'm trading like a loser today. Fuck, I dug myself in a hole I got to dig myself out of. But I do feel better. Man, I'm looking at all this pre-market stuff, and these 5-minute gold line touch and goes have been freaking amazing. Just look at the NQ 5-minute gold line. Wham. ES, 5-minute gold line, 5-minute gold line, 5-minute gold line. Jesus. RTY, 5-minute gold line. It's just freaking just 5-minute gold lines have been really, really pushing the market in the pre-market. Really pushing the market in the pre-market. It's just crazy. I don't look for those trades, just so you know. I'm just pointing it out. I do look for those type of trades in gold. I really don't look for those type of trades in the equities. But I do find it interesting that that was their rotation point in all four of these instruments, these equity instruments this morning, was the rotation through a recent low up to the 5-minute gold line, and then boom, gone. Yeah, the NQ is, well, we can hope, or I could hope, just as life in general, that it's the beginning of the end of the AI craze. That would be nice. Be nice for society, I think. So gold did the same thing, man. It just took that 5-minute gold line, and there it goes. Jesus. Of course, this is sloppy as shit, and there's the prior day low here and all that stuff. I'm not advocating that as a setup. I'm just making observations. Always look to the left to observe what's been happening. That's probably the hardest thing for me to do with having 6 instruments up at one time, is just trying to remember prior what was going on with the YM, what was going on with the ES, what was, without having to freaking go look. I just know traditionally the 5-minute gold line in gold sure does push price. I just find it interesting that it's doing it with the equities today. That's kind of interesting to me. It's a Friday. Don't get upset, Bob. Things just might not be very good today. It is July 17th. It is a Friday. The market's way down, so our static lines really aren't in play. One of the other things that's frustrating, y'all, you know, just, I'm going to kind of just blab while we're sitting around waiting. When the market is extremely up or extremely down, I will tell you, I struggle to make good money. Because what you find is, like, say you're down, like we are here in all these, like in like gold. When you're way down, what you find is the market wants to kind of keep going down, but it doesn't have a lot of energy to go down fast and furious because it's already grossly oversold. My strategy that I use here tends to work much better in those consolidation days, not the trending days. Some of you that have been around a long time, some of this is starting to ring a bell with you because you've heard me say this before. It's the trending days that my strategy, at least the way I trade it, doesn't work the best, because you got to get in and then just kind of let it melt its way in the direction of the sentiment of the market. And I'm a very impatient trader, if y'all haven't noticed. And so as an impatient trader, I like exact entry points. I like exact targets, And those sequence of events happen much more when the market's rotating in consolidation. Not consolidation, but in consolidated area. I don't mean consolidation, where it's just chop. It's not what I'm talking about. I'll be right back, all right? So today's probably going to be a struggle for me. It has already. Sorry. All right. Got my coffee. Updated coffee. Cup of coffee. So what do you got going on here? Literally nothing. We had some news at 9:15 also. Jesus, the ES is now through the low of the day. Oh, boy. The NQ ticked. Oh, the YM ticked. Look at that. The YM ticked through the low of the day by one tick. Boom. Hopefully that's a good sign that the buyers are going to start stepping in and moving this stuff back long. What's wrong with this? Why am I? Hopefully that's a good sign. Oh yeah, they're pushing that thing up. Hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully they just did a double tap and they're going to roll it up. If they just keep melting it down, it's going to be a very long day for me. It's ironic. The ES and the YM did exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Pushed through their current lows and then started shooting up. There we go. Let's go. Come on. Anyways. All right. Let's turn this ship around, damn it. I'm having a bad day. Okay, all right. What's not in there, dude? There's nothing there. I just asked somebody to email me something. They emailed me. They just didn't attach the thing I needed. Jesus. He's like, here you go, Bob. Great. Except you forgot to put the attachment on there. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I mean, I do believe they're going to run gold up. And that crisscross right there was it. God dang it. I mean, I do believe they're going to run gold up. If they weren't going to run it up, it wouldn't keep crisscrossing this prior day low. Instead, it would have come across this prior day low. It would have hit and then just collapsed. But that's not what's happening. Every time they keep bringing it down, institutional buyers are bringing it back up. So I think that we're going to go long in gold from the low. But there's nothing tradable for me right now in that. And I gotta struggle with with trying to balance being biased versus reading the chart. Another thing, again, while I'm sitting here, y'all, those of you that have been around a long time, I trade long better than I trade short. I struggle trading short. So my mental bias is to look for longs anyways. That's another reason why today's going to be tough. My mental bias is to always look for the market long. I struggle to see the charts upside down. All right, so, Jesus, where am I here? All right, kids. All right, so oil finally came out of the box. So subtly. So subtly came out of the box by one tick. Now, I personally don't look for that to cross the box. I prefer it to push its way down, create space, come back up, touch the bottom of that box again, and then go. That's me. I try to be more conservative. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Well, that was temporary. That ditch effort to run the ES long was very temporary. That did not play out. Jesus. That did not play out. Valores, I was fortunate in July, maybe. I don't know. You never know. But there was from like June 30th, like June 30th or June 30th. Yeah, like the end of June until, let me look at this, until the 13th of July, I didn't even trade. Didn't even trade. And earlier this week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was profitable every day. Yesterday, I actually ended up $2,055 ahead. But and I think I made $1,000 on Monday, $1,700 on Tuesday, something like that. I don't quite remember. But today I'm getting punched in the head. One thing about today versus all those other days is the market is just deeply down right out of the gate. And again, if this stays trending like this, I'm going to struggle. I'm going to struggle to get my money back. But I traditionally don't like to trade in July at all. Yeah, I probably did avoid a lot of chaos in those days. Again, it's the 4th of July. I mean, I'm just can't. I just not going to do it. I mean, I'm just not going to do it. I mean, the worst thing that can happen in the months and or weeks where stuff is really slow and or bad is it starts destroying your confidence. That's the worst thing, in my opinion, because, I have an exuberant amount of confidence right now in my ability to sit in front of charts and over a week's time frame make a decent amount of money. So what you don't want to do is sit in front of charts for a week and just get punched in the face over and over again, because then your confidence goes away. And I can tell you this from fucking personal experience. Then when September comes along and the market starts doing the things that you want it to do, you're hesitant, you're timid, and you blow all these opportunities. I can tell you from personal experience that scenario happening. Hey, Gil. Because again, my biggest issue with trading is right here. It's right here. That's my biggest issue with trading. Recognizing patterns, anticipating rotations, things like that. I'm very, very good at that, or at least, I feel like I am. But right here, right there is where I can screw everything up in a heartbeat. It's between the ears. And so the last thing I need to do is destroy whatever confidence I may have. Now, I mean, I'm not doing that today. I mean, meaning I'm down, but I'm not going to carry, I don't feel like I'm going to carry that bag. Even if I just close the charts right now and call it a day, I don't feel like I'm going to carry that baggage forward. A year ago, I would. A year ago, I would absolutely would carry that baggage forward, and it'd be a scar on my back, and it would just, like I said, I'm good at notating, recognizing rotations. I'm good at seeing patterns, that kind of stuff. But for those of you that have followed me for a long time, you guys know I'm a mental basket case. I can fuck shit up real fast. Yeah. Yeah. So what you don't want to do, Valorez, is you don't want to allow the fact that you should be cognizant of when the market is pro your strategy and when the market's not pro your strategy, and keep the two mindsets separate. It's easier to say it than it is to do it. You know what I mean? I get that. It's easier to say it than it is to do it. Thomas, I'm waiting for oil to come back up in touch, and then I'm looking for a short. Yeah, double tap the top. Exactly. What Patriot just said. Double tap the top and then short. That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to be conservative so that I don't keep getting punched in the face. Come on, oil. Stay up there. Just stay up there for now. Oy vey. Oh boy. I don't know what it is right now, but I'm freaking sweaty nervous on a cross the box trade in freaking oil. That's the losses I've got in gold already starting to screw with my head. I'm getting sweaty nervous on a freaking oil trade. I don't ever get nervous on an oil trade because fuck, the ticks are $10, but it has to move. I'm not going to lose a lot of money even if I take a loss. Gold, you can get punched in the head and lose a lot of money. You're not going to get punched in the head in oil. All right, I'm in. Everybody pray for me. Oh, shit. Come on, oil. Come on, oil. Come on, oil. Come on, be my friend. Be my friend. Be my friend. Be my friend. Come on. Come on. Be my friend. All right. Inside candle. Now go down. Go down. Go down. You're fucking pissing me off, oil. Be my friend, oil. Come on. Be my friend. I'll start glancing at the equities once this scenario plays out. But, you know, they're still forming their boxes and stuff. So I'm not worried about paying attention to the equities right this second. Come on, oil. I know what you want to do. Now just do it. Fuck. Oh, you farfig piece of shit. No. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Now do it. I'm defending that pivot high, if you guys notice. I'm defending this pivot high right here, which is my entry candle. That's my trigger candle. This is my entry candle. Here it goes. Come on. Now let's go. Now let's go. Here we go. Come on. Come on, oil. God dang. Come on. Let's go. I know what you want to do. Just freaking do it. There we go. Come on. Come on, oil. Fuck. Got to break this pivot right here. We've got to break this pivot right here. Come on, push down. Come on, break the freaking pivot to your left. Let's go. Come on. Damn it. Go. Break it. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, go. Holy cow. Like, you know what they want to do, so you get frustrated that it just takes so long to do it. What time is it? 9:36. Come on. Go. Just go. All right, let me put this where it belongs. It's right there. Just go, oil. Just go. Come on. Freaking gold is just. This is a good sign right here, though. This is a good sign for this to go down. Come on. There you go. Come on. Just keep going. Come on, baby. Come on. I need a new pair of shoes. Come on. Come on, baby. Let's do this. Let's do this. Through the bottom. Just keep going. Get through the mid-band. Fuck the mid-band. Just go. We don't care about the mid-band. You don't care about the mid-band. don't care about the mid band this time. Let's go. Look at freaking gold. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Look at freaking gold. God dang. Gold is just printing money. Come on, oil. Gold is just screaming across the box. Come on, oil. Go. Come on, oil. Come on. Fucking look at gold. Jesus criminy Christmas. And I'm sitting here in oil and it's just sitting freaking still. Come on. Holy shit, look at gold go. Come on, oil. You can do it. There you go. Go, baby. Yeah. Yeah. You've learned the direction. It's down. Come on. Go, oil. I needed to break through with authority this mid band. I needed to get out of there. We don't need to hang out here at the mid band. We need to go. Go, go, go. Come on, go. All right, there we go. Come on, let's go. Now let's go. All right, I locked in a couple $100 right now, but it's not what I want. I want it to go down. No. What the fuck are you doing? I'm going to get knocked out. Yep. Fuck. Well, there you go. Why'd you get screwed, Bob? Because you were in oil, not fucking gold. Look at gold. Look at gold. Jesus, gold. This is $3,000 right there. $3,000. That swing. That swing was $3,000. Holy shit. All right, let's go. Let me get my equities up and looking here. Let me get my equities up and looking here. Let me get my equities up and looking here. So we got the NQ right there. We got the ES right here. Turn these things on. Turn these things on. I don't even have my triggers on. I haven't taken any trades in any of these today. All right, so what do we got? We're at 9:42, so we got about a few minutes before the boxes form in equities. Freaking gold, you beast. It's going back across the box. Oh, gold. Small box today in gold, I will say that. I mean, it's $1,000 box. But for gold, that is kind of small. The whole box is $1,000, just under 1,000. Because NQ is way over that. NQ's way over $1,000 in this box. Holy shit. And oh my God, look at the YM. Oh my God. Blew straight up to the prior day low. Holy machiki. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I need to turn that on. I need to turn that on. Oh yeah, I need to turn that on. Holy cow. Come on, go. Go. I'm in that prior day. I'm in the rejection of the prior day low in the YM. But I'm trying to get a big profit out of it. I'm trying to get it down to like here. I'm trying to get it down to like here. The box is so big. I just need it to fall. Just fall. Just fall. Come on, keep going. Just fall down. Don't roll up. Keep going down. Down. Oh, fuck. Shit. It's probably still going to roll down. Beautiful spot for a rejection. Beautiful spot for a rejection was right there. And it's still, yeah, it's going to go down. I just don't, the candles, the freaking whole thing is so big. I just don't want to sweat it. That is a big box. All right, so let's see here. Could it possibly? Oh my God, this is pretty scary, guys. Could we blow out of the bottom of the box in the NQ? Well, apparently not. Apparently not. All right, I don't have to worry about making that decision. All right, the YM is long. That's why I didn't give it any room. It either went down or I'm out. That's why I didn't give it any room. But if it was going to go down, I wanted like $800, $1,000. I didn't want just $200. All right, so the YM is across the box. So I'm going to pay attention to that, see if we can get a crossover retest. The RTY is battling the prior day low, which is exactly what which is exactly what the YM was battling at the same freaking time. We might get lucky and this stuff might start going long and get us back into our consolidation zones where I can start taking trades in rotations and shit like that. It's okay. I'm good. Made a little bit of money in oil. Didn't make any money in the YM, but damn, that could have been that YM trade could have been a banger. That easily could have been a banger. Easily could have been an $800+ trade. But that's okay. It's okay. I think at one point I was up about 400 on it. And that's why my stop was at even. And I just, you either continues down or get the fuck out of the way. Either continues down or get out of the way. Get out of the way. I am good at getting out of the way, trust me. When it comes to trading, my nickname should be get out of the way. Get out of the way. All right, so man, freaking gold. Gold is going back across the box. So it came down, touched the top of the bottom of the box had an inside candle, and now it's getting ready to cross. Son of a gun. That's the kind of crap I'm talking about right there, where things are like semi-predictable, rotation points, that kind of stuff. RTY is going through the top of the box. I'm seriously looking at the YM right here for it to come back down here and then get along. I'm deeply focused on that. Deeply focused on that, because that's also the prior day low and the top of the box. So I would love to have it come and test the top of those two lines at the same time. I think that's likely to be my potential biggest profit trade of the day. Is that scenario right there. Shit. Messick, Rodney. All right, here we go. All right, guys. Ian. I feel better. Like I'm feeling like today I feel a lot better than I did Wednesday or Thursday. I physically feel better. I'm losing money right now. But I'm okay with that. I'm good. I'm losing money today so far. That YM trade would have changed that. That YM trade sure would have changed that if it had just followed through. If it would have just followed through, that YM trade would have changed it. But that's okay. The YM is going to set me up for something here soon. I can see the pattern happening in front of my face. I'm just waiting for the sharks to make it happen. I am just waiting for the sharks to make it happen. If we're lucky, so let me just do this. If we're lucky, see, here's the RTY and here's the YM. If we're lucky, they both do it together. Down, boom, test, down, boom, test, and then boom, long. Okay? So I'm deeply focused on that because that will be where I get a nice, good, solid place to rotate from and have the mental thought process in my head that I can look for a good profit amount off that setup. And by the way, gold did cross the box. Ew. Pain in the ass, gold. Pain in the ass. Gold did cross the box. Anyways. All right. Let me look at something. With consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock, not a big deal, but housing starts are up and building permits are down. Somebody do that math for me. Housing starts are up, building permits are down. Somebody do that math for me. I could have helped your building permits numbers if you fuckers would go to work. But anyways, that's a different story. Yeah. All right. So not much to worry about in the news front. All right, let me shrink this thing up because this is getting kind of dicey over here. What the hell? Is the NQ going to V bottom the 15-minute spot? It sure looks like it. That is crazy. That is a huge box, by the way, for the NQ. That is a very, just like the one in the YM. The ES one's not that big, but the YM one was so big. So when I took that rejection, the prior day low, I mean, holy cow. I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at the pattern, but then when the candle started moving and I noticed it wasn't taking up much space of the box and it was up $400, I'm like, holy shit, this is a big box. I was looking at the pattern. I wasn't looking at the box. Yeah, the NQ is absolutely freaking huge, Ian. The NQ box is freaking huge. That's why it's still going across and the ES is out of it. That's why it's still traveling and the ES is way out of theirs. That's crazy. All right, we're starting to get that set up I talked about. Shit, man, I hate to move these freaking charts. Anyways, we're starting to get the setup I was talking about in the YM. And then the RTY freaking took off because of the damn 1 minute gold line. It's not a 1 minute gold line trade, guys. Come on, come back down. Yeah, it's a huge box, Ian. That is a huge box. And it's not giving me any place to get in, which is frustrating. It's like it's not even giving me a crossover mid-band. It's not giving me any place to get in. It's just rolling up. God dang. The NQ is a long ways from its prior day low. There's the RTY and the YM have just recently crossed their prior day lows. And the ES is a way away from the prior day low also. Interesting. God dang, everything's just like going to sleep, man. Come on. I tell you what, if it wasn't so early in the day, I'd be seriously looking at a freaking 5 minute red line trade right here. At least back to this mid band. Look at the red line here. That's what created this V. Was this red band right here. Red line. Just freaking huge. Push to the downside. Nope. This thing's just going to cross. Interesting. No rotation whatsoever. That is just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. All right. So, okay, I'm paying attention. Paying attention. Paying attention. That's all I can do is pay attention right now. There ain't no sense in donating money. And I'm not going to chase something I don't know how to defend. Insane. Yeah, it went straight up. It went straight up, man. I will admit that. Fucking insane. All right, sorry. Went straight up. All right, straight up. Gold is getting ready to test the top of its box. For those of you paying attention to gold, the only problem I have with that scenario right now is the candle. The candle that's touching the top of the box is way too big. So if I get a consolidation candle next and then a potential long, I might look at that. I'm looking for the RT. I'm looking for the NQ to cross over, retest the top of the box potentially. The damn thing is just running away right now. I mean, there's just nothing I can do. And here's why. Because, like I said, the other RTY and YM are up above their prior day lows. This one's so far below, it's a value play. So the market is making this happen right now. This is the market, not the sharks, who manipulate our futures. But this is the market making value plays. Yep. So gold, shit. Gold did what I said. It created an inside candle. There it is. I'm actually in it. Created an inside candle off the top of the box. I'm really hoping it'll roll up, of course. And it did. If it was this candle, I wouldn't have taken it. But because it was this candle happened after, I'm in it. Probably going to lose money. How much am I willing to lose? Let's see here. That's $450. That's a lot more than I want to lose. Obviously. Come on, gold. Come on. Come on. Do not roll over on me. Oh, fuck. This is getting painful. Come on, gold. This is why I say you got to have a lot of money to trade gold. Don't trade gold in general. You got to have a lot of money to trade gold. The NQ's rolling over. The NQ's rolling over to potentially do a top of the box scenario. I really need this thing to fucking roll up. Come on, man. I'm going to defend this candle if we close and break above it. I'm defending this candle because that's the one we've already broken. There we go. All right. Now I can defend this candle. All right. All right. Go. 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 Go, gold. Just go. Just go. Just go. Go, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Go, baby. Go. Come on. Do not stop. Keep going. Come on, gold. Come on. Keep going. Come on. Run. Go. Go. Shit. We didn't break that pivot there. That's bad. Come on, man. From that thrust, we didn't break that pivot. Go. Come on, gold. What the fuck? Come on, gold. Go. I got to get it to break this level right here. The fact that it went up there and stopped is not good. I'm going to have to defend this situation. I'm going to have to defend this situation if we don't get through there. God dang it. Come on. Fuck. Go. Through the top, through the top. Through the top. Fuck. All right. Come on. Let's go. Go. Through the freaking top. Now go. Oh, you freaking pain in the ass. Man, I'm sorry. Go. Wow. It went through the bottom of the inside candle and out through the top, and then it just sat there. That is not good. Come on. Come on, gold. Oh my God, I'm going to have a freaking aneurysm. You are freaking kidding me. You are literally freaking kidding me. God, I just can't fucking believe it. Just can't believe it. Can't believe it. I mean, I made some money, but God dang. There is no excuse for that. Oh my God. No excuse for that. None whatsoever. This candle right here, this inside candle, we went through the bottom of it, then back through the top. What the fuck? You should have been gone. That trade should have been gone. This is July trading right here. That trade should have been gone. Should have been freaking gone. Unbelievable. Anyways, I digress. Anyways, and that is an example of why I hate summer trading. That is that I mean, that is insane. Is anybody long the top of the box in oil? Patriot, you probably are. Oh, crap. Anyways, 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 anyways. Anyways, I figured you were in that trade, Patriot. I was too busy screaming at gold to pay attention to it. It's very deliberate pullback, man. That's a very deliberate pullback. I mean, so over here, this is the trade Patriots in. So you went from the high, slam straight back to the top of the box. Boom. I mean, that's the scenario. That's a beautiful setup. That should run up to the high, at least. Run back up to the high. I just too busy screaming at gold. I mean, I don't understand what the hell. I don't understand what the hell happened in gold there. What the fuck? So I have a funny trading story if you guys want to hear it. While we're sitting here waiting for something else to set up. I think it's funny trader story, whatever. But I don't want to distract anybody from trading, so I'll wait. But I don't, there's nothing setting up for me right now. Not a fucking thing. The YM has gone like to sleep. It just has nothing going on. has no expansion or contraction. The RTY's got a little bit of expansion and contraction, but ain't much there. Give you the sauce, Ian? So, yeah, good for you, Balarez. That's exactly it. So, you know, I have this YouTube channel, right? And so at night, you know, I'll sit down and turn on YouTube. And then, of course, you know, YouTube algorithms, you know, they throw certain suggestions in front of you. Well, anyways, yesterday evening, whatever, there was a suggestion of a trader's video of the trader live trading. Okay. And I'll get to that in a second, Escape. So I open up. Now, this is a trader that I've on and off watched probably for, God, 8-10 years. But this trader's not successful whatsoever. Okay. Just that's the key to this. This trader is not successful whatsoever. Okay. Whatsoever. But this trader has read, and it's in his office. This trader has read every trading book you could possibly imagine that's ever been written. And, you know, can quote phrases out of the books and stuff like that. I'm not dropping the name. I'm not dropping the name. That's the one thing I said to myself. I'm not dropping the name because I don't want this person to be upset or offended about what I'm about to say. So anyways, so this person, like I said, has read every trading book in the freaking world, you know, says that he's been involved in trading in one way, shape, form. As a matter of fact, he used to be a broker, I think. Stockbroker, I think. And, you know, it's whatever. So long story short, he is starting a new evaluation with a prop firm. This is what the video leads into. And he's written out some rules so that he can finally pass and finally get paid and all this shit. Now, this is years, right? The reason I'm bringing this up is because yesterday somebody made a comment in one of my videos that one of the things they really like about watching my live is they get to see my patience to wait for the setup versus just kind of, oh, this or oh, that. And I totally agree. That's what's changed my trading is just literally waiting for the setup that I see, that I want, that I'm expecting. Like there's only one setup I'm looking for in the NQ right now, and it's this coming back to here and going long. That's it. I'm not looking for anything else. Don't give a shit if it just runs off on me. Anyways, this guy listed out the 6, I think there were 6 steps of his new rules that he has. And then he turns on his new prop firm account. And I'm not lying. Within 5 minutes of him looking at the chart, and he trades the MNQ. Within 5 minutes, he takes a trade. Okay. And so I'm watching this trade. There's like no rhyme or reason to the entry. There's no rhyme that I can tell. Okay. But anyways, within 3 or 4 minutes of being in that trade, he broke his rule number 5. I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I just find it funny because traders just don't follow. They can know what they want to do and whatnot, but when they're in the middle of it, they can just, oh God. So yes, within
So that would be within 10 minutes of his starting his brand new eval. He broke one of his 6 rules. Unbelievable. And wonders why, many, many, many years later, he's still not a profitable trader. Well, I mean, dude, I don't know. You made up these 6 rules after you blew up your last eval account. And then you sat there with those 6 rules. You explained them to us in your YouTube video. And then you turn around and within 8 minutes of you turning your charts on, you violated one of those 6 rules. Oh my God. You can't make this shit up. Cannot make it up, man. Cannot make it up. You literally cannot make that stuff up. The rule was to not take a trade. So I'll tell you what the rule was. Rule number 5 was to not take a trade that you're losing in and reverse it. So to not take a bad trade, a losing trade, and turn it into 2 losing trades. That was the rule. That was rule number 5. First fucking trade he took. Price started going against him. He reversed the trade. I just think it's funny. Just freaking crazy. Man, look at this. So let's just, just to rub salt into my wound. Just to rub salt into my wound. This trade did work. Literally to my target. This trade did work. Literally to my target. But look at all the bullshit we had to go through to get there. That trade worked to my target. That was my target. Unbelievable. That trade did work in gold. But I mean, come on, I can't do that shit. I'll be right back. Oh, sorry. Oh, there was a 1-minute gold line in the NQ. I didn't even see that. I don't know if anybody took that, but that was, we hadn't been there yet. There it was right there. I don't know if it made much money. Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, my God. Yeah, that made a lot of money. Holy shit. Yeah, that made a lot of money. That actually did make a lot of money. Jesus. Yeah, exactly, Ian. That shouldn't be, you shouldn't even have to write that rule down. So that gives you an idea what the other 5 were, basically, like they weren't even, some of the 5 weren't even like trading rules. They were like things to remind himself of. But anyways, so the one like hard rule was to not reverse a trade that you're losing. And he did it on the first fucking trade. Yeah, the hardest part is between your ears. Fish Atlantic. Totally agree. Ian, I can't remember them. Like I said, some of them were to remind him of things. Like so I don't know how this is a rule, but one of them was, and I'm going to paraphrase it wrong, but one of them was like, treat each trade like a new trade or some shit like that. So I think what he was trying to do, if I'm being realistic here, I think what he was trying to do was to like clean his mind of if the last trade was a loss or something. Meaning try to keep the emotion out of the trading, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But it was something along those lines. And if the other 4, I don't even fucking remember. I don't remember. Oh, one was to one was the rules was to not go over a certain number of contracts in a trade too. So that was, another one. So there's 3 of the 6, but I don't think I can remember the others. I mean, I usually just wait for it to calm down, Avalon. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now. Avalon, this is a fact, what I'm about to tell you. I have made more money between 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock this whole year than I have ever made before that. And that's when the market kind of settles in. And now this is July right now, so I'm not talking like right this moment, because I don't anticipate my ability to make money after 11 o'clock today unless there's some war news that comes out or whatever. But in general, if the market's being stupid, I just wait for it to calm down. How many times do you hear me say, Avalon, I'm not going to take this trade, the candles are too big? Or I wait for a candle to open, like the next one to open, that would be the trigger, but I can defend it from the entry without me having to defend the trigger candle to my left, which is too big. You know what I mean? Those are just certain things that I do to try to minimize my exposure to the volatility. But I don't know if I'm making sense. Either, Ian, either after 11. Fuck, I mean, the 5-minute red line? The 5-minute red line? Oh my God. The 5-minute red. So the 5-minute red line after 11 is literally like legalized stealing, in my opinion. And the 5-minute gold line in GC after, say, 10:30 or so is literally legalized stealing also. Legalized stealing. You just got to understand when you're trading either one of them, this is a 5-minute moving average and you're using a 1-minute candle. That's so for prop firm traders, it's a little more difficult because there's swings in the price that could kind of, set you sideways. I mean, it's a lot harder to take a 5-minute red line trade than it is a 1-minute gold line trade. If I'm trying to pass an eval, I'm not necessarily looking at 5-minute red line trades. because I got to give them room. I got to be willing to lose $500 or $600, but I'm looking to make 1,000 or 2,000 off of it. Nah, NQ's dead. This was the gold line right here. NQ's dead now. Once you've done it once you've beaten the lady once, you don't go come back and try to get her to do it for you again. The matter of fact, so let's look at this. This goes back to one of the things I always talk about. I always talk about things in threes. So this was scenario 1. This became scenario 2, which got really sloppy, but it came back to your high, but there's no room there to make money to risk this trade. And then the third time, all over. 1, 2, 3. So because this one works better than this one, I look for this one. And I stay away from this one, anticipating it being sloppy. And then I never, ever take that one. Never, ever take the third one. That's the 1, 2, 3, man. 1, 2, 3. 1 is good. 2's usually a little weak, but it can work. 3 is the kiss of death. Yeah, I can do that too, Avalon. That's another example of, like, if the candles are kind of big, like in the NQ, I'll let price go through my entry and hope it retraces back in, and then take it the second time out. If it just runs off on me, it runs off on me. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. But what I'm trying to do is minimize my potential loss in case it doesn't pan out for me. That's all. Patch, do you understand the 1, 2, 3 thing? I mean, this once it came down here for the third time. See, there's event 1, there's event 2. This is event 3 because we created space. It's never gonna push it up the third time. Never. If I had to pass an eval today, I mean, well, first off, I would evals are kind of difficult because they've changed from when I used to do them. You know, now you can take them and pass them in a day. So if money doesn't really mean much to you, passing an eval, then just throw a trade on there based off of the rules we have and go with it. But if I'm in so let's take a funded account. If I'm in a funded account and I'm trying to get funded, I've said it before, I'm going to focus on the ES. I'm going to look for 1 minute gold lines, which, by the way, here it is. If you sat here and waited and waited and waited, boom, there it is. Bam, there's your $300-400. Call it a day. Call it a day. Don't try to climb Mount Everest on day 1. There's a reason there's camps. There's a reason there's camps climbing up Mount Everest, because you have to do it in stages. And if you're sitting there and you've already invested time in getting your eval and getting time and money and energy in learning a system, whatever it may be, mine or somebody else's, whatever, and now you've got a PA, climb that mountain in stages. Take your $400, shut it down. Yeah, 5 points on that gold line, and that's it. I'm done. That is, you go back to my original videos that I ever started this YouTube channel with, that trade right there was the trade that made me money 30 some days straight and got me paid for the first time. That trade right there. And it just happened to do it again today, even though it's July fucking 17th. It just happened to do it again today. No problem, Blue. No, this is not a trade, by the way, for somebody that may be talking about this. I don't put much emphasis on 5-minute gold lines in the equities. I really don't. Now the son of a bitch will probably run off and whatever, but I do in gold, but I don't in equities. I talked about that earlier. Yeah, it's probably going to run off though. So you got to remember, I'm trying to, when I'm on this live stream and all that kind of stuff, I'm trying to walk you guys through the trades that I feel the most confident in, not just every freaking rotation. I mean, because I don't expect much out of it. Do I expect a reaction here? Absolutely. I totally expect this reaction. Do I expect it to make it profitable for you to make money? No. No, I don't. Now it probably will, because it's sitting here listening to me going, that bastard doesn't believe in us. Anyways, you remember, to go back to, one of the things I've said 100 times, it's not the quantity of trades, it's the quality of trades. Yeah, it'll probably run for 100 points because I'm not in it. Absolutely. I mean, the funny part about it is I did believe in gold, which is what I told you guys. There's the 5-minute gold line in gold. I did believe in gold because I've seen this trade happen over and over and over and over again. This one is a little surprising for me, but hey, there it is. Whatever. It's rolling up. I mean, it really is rolling up. That's good. So if they are hit recently, well, yeah, Avalon. I mean, you obviously want the clear, like this gold one that I took earlier. Okay, this was, we were bang, 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 bang underneath it. This was the first time. This was the second time. So I mean, I wasn't, interested in it. And then, wham, wham, first time. I mean, I'm just much bigger believer in that first time, not the multiple times without a rotation, especially if you don't get a rotation out of it. Look at this piece of shit. Look at that. That's pretty good. Escape, you had a question earlier. I can't remember what it was. If you're still here, can you put it back on? You had a question that I don't remember it though, because shit, I don't remember anything. I mean, it's just the nature of me. I don't remember shit. Yeah. If it's predominantly, if you're trading like the 1-minute gold line, if the trade does not go immediately in your favor, get the fuck out. Because that 1 minute gold line is supposed to do just like it did here in the ES. If you're in one, it's supposed to go whoop, just like that. Whoop. It's not supposed to sit around and meander. It's supposed to go. How do you deal with or consider the wick of candle? Is the body important? No, body's not important. It's the wick, the total wick. I only care about the wick. I do not care about the body. Now, that being said, if you see a hammer candle or you see, something along those lines, it's pay attention and understand what's going on. But in terms of like the lines, like this, the lines, the static lines, the moving averages, all that kind of stuff, I'm interested in the whole thing. You can't ignore the shape of the candle in some cases. Because like I said, man, if you're long, you want to see a hammer candle. You know what I mean? You want to see that thing, climbing. You don't want to see it, you don't want to see it coming back the other way and closing at the bottom. You want strength in those candles. But I'm sorry about that, guys. I really did not expect this out of this, but that was beautiful. I mean, and it came right back to the pivot. Crazy. I mean, it came right back to the pivot. That's why I said DVM. If you're trading an eval or you're trading a PA, something, an eval or a PA thing or whatever, it's harder to trade, say, the 5 minute red line or the 5 minute gold line, because it's not necessarily an immediate reaction. If you're trying to keep your losses small and your wins, bigger and all that kind of stuff, there's not necessarily an immediate reaction here. Instead, because your price came to that 5 minute moving average, and you're anticipating, the buyers to step in, for example, if you're coming from the top and push it away. But it is a 5 minute moving average, and you're looking at a 1 minute candle. So it may take a few minutes of it meandering on that red line before it starts accelerating. Whole different scenario on how you deal with that trade, because you got to give it room. You got to let it meander. What we're trying to do when we do that is so this is a 5 minute moving average right here. Let's take a minute. This is a 5 minute moving average right here. So just for shits and giggles, because I got really nothing better to do right now, let me open up NQ. Let me open up another NQ chart. Let me change this to 5 minute. So I got a 5 minute candles, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create an indicator. I'm going to create the I'm going to create the EMA, and I'm going to put it at 9. And I'm going to put it so I can see the freaking thing. So where's that? Right here. This will help you understand better what I'm talking about. So here's your this is what a 5 minute trader's seeing. Okay. So if a 5 minute trader is looking for If a 5-minute trader is looking for a break, he or she is entering way the hell out here at 53 and a quarter. You, on the other hand, let's go back over here. You were in at 93 and a half. You get where I'm going? You're picking up what I'm laying down? That's the premise. So they don't accelerate it until they get out of that zone, wherever that is. What was the number? 53, because they're looking at 5-minute candles. 53, 52. Where's 52? 52, right here. Right in here. So this is where they accelerated it out. This is where the 5-minute traders took over. So what we're trying to do is recognize that this is a rotation spot for bigger money traders than us. And we're trying to get in early because we don't want to have big stops to take that trade. Because an actual 5-minute trader is trading with much bigger stops than you and I. Am I making sense? They have to. A 5-minute trader is trading with much bigger stops than us. They have to. So anyways, that's the point of that. Okay, so you're at patch. Would I take the 1-minute gold line here in NQ, for example, if it had rotated? The answer is no. And the reason my answer is no is because we're after 1030 with that, if it had set up. I don't like to take those trades as the day goes on, especially in the summertime. If the market's rotating and manipulating all that shit, then maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a tough one. The violence here and the violence here would dictate if I'm willing to take it. How about that? Because that actually is the truth, but that's hard to explain to somebody. People would rather have me tell them a time. And it's not really about time. It's about violence of the candles. You see these candles? That's violence. That's why that's a good trade. It's the violence of cleaning out the stops that created the reversal so smooth. This was kind of violent, so it might have been okay. Even though it's after 1030. It's easier for me to say, take these trades before 1030 because 9 times out of 10, the violence still exists until like 1030. Does that make sense? So for newer traders, I like to just kind of give them a time zone, but the reality of it is it's all about violence. So for example, this 5-minute gold line right here is a better 5-minute gold line than this one, in my opinion, because of the violence that it took to get here. This one kind of meandered. Does that make sense? It's all about the violence in the movement, so that they can get the amateurs leaning the wrong way. And clean out stops. Okay. Yeah, any of you ever heard like, oh, you want before you enter trade, you want to see that volume is picking up? Anybody heard that kind of term before? And then me sitting here going, I don't have any indicators on my chart because this scenario right here is already proof to me that the volume was higher than here. Does that make sense? I don't need a volume indicator because the violence shows that volume is happening. Am I making sense? The deliberateness of the candles shows volume. I don't need a volume indicator to tell me that. I just need to look at the candles. Meandering around is no volume, exactly. If your price action is meandering, there's also no volume. Yep. So that's why I don't have all that confusing shit at the bottom of your chart of, oh, well, you got to wait till your volume gets to here before you enter a trade, or here you got to have your oscillator telling you this. You don't need any of that shit. You need to just understand what's going on with the price action. The difference between meandering and violence. And I'm going to look at this as a potential. I'm going to look at this as a potential W here. Look at this. Bing, bing, bing. I might be looking at this as a potential W. Does everybody see the W? Bam, to here, up to here, down to here. Let's see if it rotates. Let's see if it rotates. I got to get my wick above that gold line or I'm not going to allow this trade to stay. All right, there we go. All right, now. So on this, notice that's my low. Forget these dots over here. That's my low, and that's what I need this to rotate from before it breaks. I need this to rotate. All right, let's see what happens here. Good news is I have a smaller trigger candle. Now I just need this entry candle to roll up. Oh, farfig nougat. I think we're going to have to kill this. I think we're going to have to kill this. Yep. Nope. See, we broke that. We broke that upswing pivot right there. Right there. So that's it. Nope. Not doing it. Charles, that's a tough question, man. And I'm not trying to avoid it. What I'm trying to it that's a tough question. Because it depends on the trade, it depends on the instrument. But for example, if I'm taking a 1 minute gold line, I don't give up the back of the candle. Period. I don't give up the back of the candle. So, like, go back to this one right here. This is the back of the candle. I don't give it up. Don't give it up. Don't give it up. I don't give it up until I hit target. I don't give up the back of the candle. So that's why. So I run my stop because this is supposed to be an immediate reaction. So I defend the back of the candle after it closes. But when you're talking about like 5-minute red lines and static lines and things like that, it depends on how much money I might lose. For example, on a W pattern, like say I was in this as a W and it ran up. I wasn't. Let's just say I was in this initially and it ran up like it did there, and then it came back down. I'd have been out minimum right here. I just wouldn't allow these candles to collapse. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't have then sat here and waited to see if we had a W and re-enter. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to allow a trade to collapse in front of me and keep going all the way down to here, and defend this candle when we've already done this. And then again, it's all about the price action. If the price action is moving in mini rotations, once the candle to my left is broken, I like to defend that candle. Once price gets up and I don't see anything to my left, I then start waiting for pivots and I'll defend the pivots. There's a difference between defending a candle and defending a pivot. I defend the candles early. I defend the pivots on trades that are often in running. And one of the things that I will tell you this, that, probably the most successful trader in this live stream stuff that uses 100% my strategy, the same charts, exactly everything. He told me probably one of the most telling things to him that helped him raise his profitability was listening to the fact that I talk about, and let's just use the term longs. I defend from the bottom up. So if you watched earlier, when I get in a trade, I'm defending that trade with my stop based on what might give me comfort. Like this thing takes off like this. Okay, I'm here. But then when this one broke this candle right here, okay, I'm going to defend this one now. Then when this one broke this candle, I'm going to defend this one. And now we're up here in the stratosphere. Now I can take my target and bring it to here because that's where my target's going to be. So I defend my trades from the stop up. And then when I'm comfortable because we're up here, then I grab my targets and I put them where I want to put them. And he said that's changed his trading, is because he used to just blindly enter the trade in the sense of, oh, I got to defend this pivot down here. Well, why would you want to defend this pivot when it did this on its way, when it struck up and then came back down? Because that's not showing you a good pattern anymore. My cat wanted to come inside. Yeah, the number one thing I try to stop myself from doing is taking big losses. I can always re-enter a trade or, what? So two things I really focus on: not having a big loss, and when I do have a win, trying to have a big win. I used to struggle, Charles, with the old, okay, you guys know this stuff. Okay, go 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Okay, so I'm gonna go into a trade hard code mental that I'm only gonna take a $200 loss and I'm only gonna take a $400 win. right? Because that's what 2 to 1 means. 2 to 1 at least keeps you in profit as long as you're correct 50% of the time. But when that $400 trade, like the YM one I was in earlier today, off the prior day high, when that $400 trade really needs to be about an $800 to a $1,200 trade, that's when you got to let it do. You got to let the dog eat, because you sat here and you waited and you waited and you waited and you waited for that setup. And now that setup's there, why not get that $800 instead of just being excited that you got the 4? And that's when I started making that transition, that really changed everything for me. I mean, Charles, even, when I was first started live streaming here, for those that have been around a long time, like Bruce and whatnot, I used to come on here and I used to say to everybody, not that there's anything wrong with this, what I'm about to say, but I'm just going to explain this to you. I used to come on here and say, okay, guys, my objective is to make $1,000 this week. I made $2,000 yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think about that shit anymore, because I'm looking to get in and make the most I can out of the trade I'm in once I know that this trade's going to work. It kind of bit me in the ass a little bit with gold today, because I was trying to make $1,000 on this trade right here, and it just, fucking didn't. It ultimately did it, but who the hell wants to sit around for 30 minutes in a gold trade, which is like standing in a gas chamber with an oxygen tank that only has so many minutes out. I mean, it's sitting in a gold trade is scary, because it can steal your money in a heartbeat. Yeah, I see that trickle. I actually see that. It did, but it never gave me a pattern to do it. Oil finally crossed the box is what he was trying to tell us. And it did. It crossed the box. I see that. But anyways, I'm going to shut this down so I can get some work done today. It's Friday. It is July 17th. Am I upset that I lost money? Well, I'm not happy. But I had a good week. And to be honest with you, I normally wouldn't even be trading at this time of year, but because of the live stream, I did trade. So, I mean, hey, there you go. You know what I mean? Is the NQ going to do what I asked it to do a long time ago? Oh, man. Well, maybe there's a trade here. Let me give me a minute here. Oh, boy. Yeah, there might be a trade here. So we're at the top of the box. We're also at the 5-minute red line. They're both struggling with each other right now. The ES is at the 5-minute red line. What I really want the NQ to do is to clean this zone out right here first. Don't go up yet. Don't go up yet. God dang it. Don't go up yet. Oh, fuck, it did. I can't see. I guess it did clean out that zone. You dirty dog. You dirty dog. All right, I'm gonna I guess it did clean out that zone. I'm gonna take it if it goes back up through. Come on. All right, I'm in. Come on, go. Oh my God. I'm going to defend the bottom of that candle. Come on, go. Come on. There you go. Okay, there you go. There you go. Come on. No. Come on. We really need that ES to start rolling up. I really need that ES over here to start rolling up to make this freaking trade work. Come on, ES, move. Oh. See, this is a 5-minute red line. I'm having to wait for the 5 minutes to go by so that we can see if this thing's going to sling long or not. Boy, that ES is fucking not doing good. Yep. Anyways, I'm going to call it a day. Excuse me. Jesus. Clearing out the frogs in my throat. We did clip it right there. We did clip it right there. I was wondering if we had clipped the top of the box or not. I mean, it literally hit it to the tick. Literally hit it to the tick. Shit. That would have been a big candle to defend. Would have been a big candle to defend. All right, everybody. I'm going to call it a day, and I will see you guys next week. Look at gold. Woo-wee. See you later, Bruce. Hey, I was talking about you earlier, Bruce. I wasn't sure if you were still here. Everybody have a good day. I'll talk to you later.